let's get right to it. I'm in remission and I'm excited. Wow. I just got an email with my test results and I'm excited. So just to kind of recap what's happened since my last update, and this is probably going to be my favorite update, but I did get an appointment with my oncologist in December 2024. I was with my oncologist and she looked at my test results and said, or my scans, I should say my scans, my CT and MRI scans. And she said, yeah, it has not spread. The cancer has not spread. I'm looking at your results. It looks like your tumor is significantly smaller. In fact, it looks like it's scarring over. I said, that's great news. A few days later, went to see my surgeon and he examined me and said, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. I don't really see anything. He said, there's a high chance if we do surgery that it might not come back. No guarantees, but there's a high likelihood that it will not come back. But I cannot save, your anus, and you have a colostomy bag for the rest of your life. And I don't know if that's a deal breaker for you. I said it is a deal breaker. We did a DNA test, and I got the results back right before Christmas that it was negative. There was no cancer detected in my blood, and they compared it to my biopsy. It took about 4 weeks to get that result in, and it showed that it was negative. And so I still didn't know what that meant, and I was like, I still want to talk to my oncologist. I had an appointment the next day with my oncologist, and I had my test result a day early, and it said negative. But as I was talking to them, and we were talking, I said, hey, just to clarify, am I in remission? And they said, yes, you are in remission. No cancer was detected. I said, yes. So I didn't want to really fully announce it on my YouTube channel, but I did put on my social media that they said I was in remission when I came out of that doctor appointment. Anyway, I just went back to the surgeon and he examined me again. My wife was there this time so she could ask any questions, and he said the same thing. He's like, yeah, I don't feel anything. I don't see anything. So he does examine, then he uses a scope to look down the tunnel there. And he explained to me, my wife, yeah, I could feel it scarred over. I don't see anything. It's looking good. Your DNA test came back negative. Let's do another DNA test. We did another DNA test. I just got the results right now. So I just had my second examination where they said, I don't feel anything. I just got my second DNA test back, and I'm looking at the score and the result is negative again. I'm not going to lie to you. My heart was sinking and my heart was beating hard as I was opening the result. And then it said negative again, because I am just so in fear of this coming back. And so that's why I changed my whole lifestyle. I want to say this. I'm excited that I'm in remission, but I want to say what I did. I want to share with what I did. I don't know if this will help anybody in the future, but what I did was I listened to everyone. A lot of people wanted to share their opinions with me, and that's totally fine because I know they're coming from a sweet place of love. And I just took everyone's opinion and I listened to it. I also took it with a grain of salt because, some people were sharing me, they were sending me videos and excerpts and studies that they had seen, and they shared that with me. And I appreciate that. Appreciate that because that means they think about me and they're worried about me, and that means a lot. So, talking with people, people would tell me, don't go through the radiation chemotherapy. Don't do it. It just damages your body. It's not even guaranteed to work, which is true. It's not guaranteed to work. They said, don't bother with it. You're just going to damage your body. Just do all natural foods, juice and go vegan, different things like that. And then some people said, oh, my father-in-law, my cousin, my uncle, they just ate whatever they wanted. They just kept their same terrible diet, and they did the radiation chemotherapy, and it was gone. And it's been years, and they've been fine. I said, okay, all right, I'll take all of that information. I'll take it all. I want to hear it all. Take everyone's feedback. I've had some people say, hey, don't do immunotherapy. My father did it. He was doing okay, but once he started the immunotherapy, he just rapidly declined and passed away. And then some people were sharing me all these studies. These people did immunotherapy. Everyone was cured. And so I just said, listen, I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt. I'm going to take everyone's opinions and studies that they send me. And I was reading and studying and watching videos like a madman. I wanted to do everything I could to get rid of this thing. And so I said, what if I did both? What if I took the Eastern and Western philosophies and combined it? I believe in science and technology. I believe in it. So I said, what if I go through the radiation and I go through the chemotherapy and I zap this sucker and I just microwave this sucker and I nuke it and we kill it? And what if I also believe that God has provided so much natural remedies here on earth already, and I do natural supplements and herbal supplements, and I eat whole foods, organic foods. I cut out processed food and sugars. I cut that out of my diet. I do not eat processed food at all. I've totally cut out processed foods from my diet, my lifestyle. And I've changed things in the house. I do not use cookware with, anti-stick coatings. I don't use any of that. I just use ceramic cookware, and I use steel cookware. I don't use the microwave. I cook everything on a stovetop with fire or in the oven. That's how I warm up my food now. And I just made so many other changes. Even the things that I put on or in my body are going to be natural. Like my lotions, my deodorants, my eye creams. Like these are all 99% or more natural is what I'm using. Anything that's 99% or more natural. Toothpaste, everything like that. Anything that's going in or on my body is going to be natural. These are just some of the lifestyle changes that I have made. And it's worked. I mean, I've lost around 60 pounds naturally just from cutting out bad foods and watching what I do. I used to have something with sugar 3 or 4 times a week, if not more. And now I have sugar once every 3 to 4 months. I'll have something with sugar in it. I look forward to something like I have a trip coming up in Disneyland. I have a trip coming up in Disneyland. And I had sugar. I had a small slice of pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. And in March, I'm going to Disneyland, and then I'll have sugar then. So it's just very infrequently I'll have something with sugar. These are just some of the things that I did. And anyways, I'm going to take these natural and herbal supplements, and they're going to also help me because of what the chemotherapy is going to do to my body, to hurt my body. I'm going to help that. I'm going to take things to help with my kidney functioning, with my organs, just with everything, just to keep me strong. And I hardly had any type of side effects. And I know everyone's situation is different. I know everyone's chemotherapy and radiation is different. I know everyone's body is different. So I'm not taking away from anybody that is struggling, because I have personal friends and family who are currently and who recently went through all of this. And it takes a toll. It takes a toll. And I'm very fortunate that I was blessed with a strong body, that I'm rarely sick anyway, and it recovered fast. The only real side effects I had during the treatment, nothing during radiation, except at the very end of radiation, I mentioned there was a lot of sensitivity when I would go to the restroom. There was a lot of sensitivity, but that is gone. During chemotherapy, because I would be hooked to a machine for 48 hours. And they actually just recently removed the port out of my body. That was just recently removed right before the new year. So that was exciting. They removed that port because it was sticking out of my chest, this port. Anyway, got that removed right before New Year. So I was excited about that. And, during my side effects, during the chemotherapy, I would be very tired and very hungry, which is weird because it's usually the opposite. People lose their appetite. They don't feel well. And I actually was very hungry. I could never be full. I could go to a buffet, eat at a buffet. No, I said buffet, even though I was eating whole foods. I was eating salads and rotisserie chickens and things like that. That's what I was eating. I didn't have any desserts when I would go to a buffet. And that's what I was eating. I'd be full, and on the drive home, I'm already getting hungry again. That's how it was. I was always hungry and always tired during the radiation. And then right at the end, right towards the very end, about 2 weeks after my last treatment, I started getting tingling in my fingertips. It would happen occasionally during the chemotherapy, but it would go away. I actually have now tingles in my fingers and toes, just the tips, and that has gone on. My last treatment for chemotherapy was October or November. That was my last treatment, and here is in January, and I still have tingles in my finger and toe tips. But that's it though, and that's okay. It might be around for a few more months. Who knows? It could be indefinite. It could be something that's with me forever. I don't know. I think it will heal, but it might be longer than I think, and it might be just a few more months. And it's already not as tingly, but it tingles. If I'm just holding my hands up, I don't notice it. But it's when I touch things or grab things, I can feel the tingling. Anyway, that was it with me, side effect wise. But I feel great. People ask me how do I feel. I feel great. People ask me how I feel now that I lost a lot of weight. I feel the same actually. I didn't really notice any difference because I didn't have any pain or anything. I was fine. People asking how I feel now that I am in remission, like if my body feels fine. I'm like, yeah, I actually didn't have any pain. I didn't even notice I had it until I would use the restroom once in a while, and I would notice blood in the toilet once in a while, and that's when I was like, okay, I better get checked. So I actually felt fine. I feel fine. I feel great. Thank you everyone for asking, sending me prayers, sending me good vibrations, sending me stories, or just calling me. People I haven't talked to in a long time would just message me or call me, and that was great. That was great, and I appreciate everyone. And I also knew people stopped checking in on me, and that means a lot to me too, because I knew that they knew I was going to beat this. They weren't like, oh, well, it is what it is with DVO. No, I knew it was because they knew I beat this. And when I told them, hey, guess what? I'm in remission. They said, I already knew. I already knew. You don't have to tell me. I already knew it. And so I appreciate those people too, because they were checking on me and they were confident I would beat this. I can't believe in 10 months I beat this. One second. I mentioned that we were remodeling our home during this, and it was not a good idea, but I'm glad we did, because I'm glad that I have a new outlook on life and a new outlook on my health, and now I have a new home that's remodeled, and I love it. But when I was putting things back in, I record in my home office. When I was putting things back away in my office, I couldn't find my vision board. I'm a big believer in vision board, and it used to be right here on the wall. And now I just have some quotes. I'm going to put my vision board closer to my desk so that I can see it more clearly than behind me. Anyway, on my vision board, I finally pulled it out. And I have a lot of things on my vision board. It's things that I want: homes, cars, motorcycles, and then also charities that I'd like to donate more towards. But I decided to focus, right? And my focus was being cancer-free. So I printed this page out. I put this on my vision board where it says 100% cancer-free. This is what I was going to be my main focus. And my wife said, you should put a date on that. And I said, okay. I'm like, you're right. I believe in that, to really manifest it. I should put a date on it. And I didn't get around to it because I had to take everything off the wall when we remodeled. But I was saying to myself, December 2024. Mind you, it was March 2024 when I was diagnosed. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to put December 2025. It gives me just almost 2 years to become cancer-free. And I said, well, this is my vision board. And my vision board is made with big goals and big dreams. So I said, okay, let's do December. So I didn't write it on there, but in my head, I was saying December 2024. And right before Christmas 2024, they told me I'm in remission. So I know they can't say I'm cancer-free. They can't say that unless it's shown signs of maybe a few years that all of my results are negative. But basically, it's there's no cancer in my body, so I'm basically cancer-free. So I'm excited. And a lot of people told me it was my mindset, and I believe that as well. I kept busy. I focused on my businesses, just focused on working on them. And I think that was a big help. In fact, my doctor told me, because I'd be in the doctor's office doing my checkups, and I'm on my computer working at the same time. And she told me, she's like, I think that was a big part of it. You just staying focused on your business, not just worrying all the time about it, but staying busy. And that's one thing I did. I didn't worry about my health. I was more worried about what I was going to be eating that day, because I was always hungry, like I said. But I wanted to make sure I was eating healthy foods, whole organic foods, as much as I could. And with my busy schedule where I'm always out and about, and I have to, I was packing the lunch with me, but I would still be hungry. I would pack my wife would help me so much. She'd blend me a healthy smoothie. She'd pack me a healthy lunch, and I would still just be out working, and I'd be tired and hungry. I'm like, I just gotta eat something. And I would tell my assistant, like, hey, I need to take a nap. I need like a 30, 45-minute nap. Just call me if something comes up that's urgent, but I need to take a nap. My wife would remind me, have you taken a nap today? My mom would be like, hey, I've made you some healthy food so you can have it, so it's easy to warm, because I know sometimes you're too tired to make something for yourself. So, I mean, man, my wife and mom were amazing. And all my friends and my business associates were amazing. And thank you for being on this journey. I'm going to keep doing updates, but I am excited. I just got my second notice that the results are negative. No cancer is detected in my body. Thanks for watching.